Hey boys, today's video is going to be about why most men have gyno. And I'm going to use a bit of bro science here and there, so don't mind me if I get anything wrong, but this is basically my own opinion on why people have gyno. And I'm pretty sure the statistic is either 1/2 of teenagers or 1/4 of teenagers have gyno, which is absolutely insane by today's standards. Imagine 50 years ago, gyno is unheard of. And if you guys don't know what gyno is, it's basically breast tissue that is created during puberty or even post-puberty in a man. So the same breast tissue that is found in a woman can also be formed in a man, and it essentially means his estrogen levels are way too high, and it can also mean his testosterone is way too low. So I'm basically going to focus on why his estrogen is really high and how to basically fix that. And just a disclaimer, before you watch this, you cannot get rid of gyno without some sort of surgery. So only in very rare cases, when it's during puberty and it's a small amount, when you can actually get rid of gyno. But in most cases, you cannot get rid of gyno, but you can mask it through working out, getting lean, and building a good chest. So this video is gonna hurt a lot of people, but I couldn't give a shit because it's the cold hard truth. So the reason why you guys have gyno is because probably you had a shit diet. You either have or had a shit diet. And this is probably true for 99% of people, because I know people who aren't in fitness, they're gonna eat like shit because they don't know anything about nutrition. And I'm not gonna blame you, because school doesn't teach you about nutrition properly. Even the dumbass food pyramid, the food circle with all the fractions and stuff, that's all bullshit. They probably encourage you to eat a bunch of shit food, soy. They tell you to avoid fats, only eat a bit of protein because it's bad for you, like all that shit. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that's completely untrue. So the reason why you have high estrogen is through a bunch of physical and psychological factors. So as I said, shit diet. Secondly, you don't sleep well. And this also can be you don't sleep at the right time. Something called the CNS hypothalamus, which is a part of your brain that is basically responsible for your circadian rhythm, and it basically tells your brain that you're actually awake if it sees sunlight in the morning. So that's why many YouTubers tell you, oh, get some sunlight in the morning, because it basically triggers your brain and it activates your dopamine receptors that you're actually awake, and it's just very good for you. So if you only sleep less than 8 hours, and I'm stressing right now, anything less than 8 hours of sleep is absolute bullshit, and it will ruin your health. I'm pretty sure Jeff Nippard had a study that said that people who sleep for under 8 hours, they burn mainly muscle instead of fat. But people who sleep more than 8 hours burn mainly fat and less muscle. So this is actually insane. And also, sleep is probably the best natural test booster, as well as every single other health booster, including mental and physical. And it just has a bunch of effects on you, because it's basically when you recover. And the fact that you aren't sleeping, which is the number one thing that dictates your health, is absolutely absurd, because you should be doing that from the start. So I want you to start getting in bed earlier. I want you to brush your teeth, and then I want you to get into bed by 9 o'clock, especially if you have school or work the next day. I need you to stop getting on TikTok, and I want you to slowly, progressively deload with that. I also want you to form a nighttime routine. And if you want, here's a sample one, so you can just get a hold of your life and essentially just take back control. Thirdly, the reason why you have low test and high estrogen is probably because you don't do any sort of physical activity. You're probably stuck on your phone 18 hours a day, screen time, dog shit. You're not moving. You probably get 1,000 steps in, especially in the school holidays, especially on your days off. You probably don't move, you don't go outside, you don't socialize with anyone. And that's one of the reasons why you have high estrogen. You need to start working out. And this can be any type of working out. It doesn't even need to be weights. You can literally just go outside for a run. You can do a bunch of calisthenics / bodyweight exercises. You can get a gym membership, buy a dumbbell set for like $50 or $30 in your local area. You can do whatever, it doesn't really matter. And if you want to include the socializing aspects, you can either go to a gym or you can go to a park or invite your friends to work out with you. Essentially, you just need to start moving your body, because firstly, it's extremely healthy for you mentally, because it initiates the release of endorphins such as serotonin, and dopamine, so that's really good. It's basically the ultimate delayed gratification. And if you don't know what delayed gratification is, I talked about this in a lot of my videos, so just click on those. And if you want a workout schedule, just look at my comments and I'll post a sample one for body weight. Now I'm going to talk about the psychological factors. So there have been multiple studies saying that if you hang out with attractive women, your testosterone goes up. And also placebo. So placebo has been proven to work thousands of times throughout studies, so I don't really have to explain that. But basically, if you believe you have high testosterone, if you actually go smash through your goals, if you live like someone with high test, you will have high test and your estrogen will lower. Paired with the physical activities such as sleeping, gym, having a good diet, this will all fix your hormonal imbalances and you'll basically become a brand new man. You'll feel more aggressive, more motivated, and you'll actually unlock your true potential. So if you do nothing at home, you have no schedule, you have no discipline, no shit, your estrogen is gonna be really high. You're gonna basically become a bitch, which is why you create breast mass. Only girls have breast mass. No guy should ever have breast mass. So why do you have it? Why do most teenagers have it? It's because they have no structure, no purpose, no goals. Because the modern day has encouraged that sort of lifestyle where you eat like shit, you have no hobbies, you have no personality, you don't really socialize with people, and you have shit mental health. So I want you to start fixing your mental health first, eating a proper diet, sleeping at the right time, and exercising. This will all clear out your hormonal imbalances, and hey, hopefully it will get rid of your gyno. So this is why most people have gyno, because they're actually dog shit and they live like a homeless person. Studies actually show that you will have a 300% increase in testosterone if you increase your zinc and basically micronutrients. So this can include copper, all the vitamins, minerals, zinc, magnesium, iron, etc. So these are mainly found in red meat and eggs. And also here is a pyramid that I made up that basically is good for your testosterone. I took inspiration from Carl Ram. So if you want to know more about testosterone, I recommend you go to his YouTube channel. And just a shout out to Ben Winnie and Team Alpha 3D. They have the most comprehensive testosterone videos. So if you want to learn more about these hormones, just watch their videos, I guess. And that's about it for this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, just comment down below, and please give this video a like. And remember guys, in adversity is where you find character. Thanks.